How's it going, everyone? Malagant here. We're going to be talking about the stats in Grimtools, how to distribute them. I'm going to do it in basically two parts. First part is going to be the leveling, and the second part is going to be basically the end game. And a sort of like a complete character, if you would like to call it that way. This is definitely not necessarily a complete character. What I would call a complete character is like basically it is not necessarily searching for like an upgrade anymore, and it's something that could be theory crafted fully. But that's out of the way. While you're leveling, you should probably dump everything into Physique, even after the recent changes with like 1.1, if I'm not mistaken. With that patch, Spirit and Cunning started giving HP as well. They're giving 8 HP per click, and Physique is still giving 20 HP per click. In that regard, Physique is still outweighing the other two, simply because like it is giving more HP, it is giving more defensive ability, obviously, and it's also possible in this game that like you're getting these percentages, like especially from devotions, from items, or from components that are like multipliers that is coming and multiplying either your physique or your health or sometimes even defensive ability. So therefore, because of these multipliers and because of like how bulky physique is like the no-brainer way to do it, especially while leveling, as I said, for sure. But one thing is out of the way, just to like say it, it is incredibly easy in this game to like respec, and at the same time, simply put, the points that you're spending, especially in the first very few levels, it doesn't necessarily weigh all that high. Or all that heavy, let's say. You can definitely respec very easily later on by just using a potion that's gonna reset the entire stats for you, and that is very easy to get to. So if you have spent some points into Cunning or Spirit, like don't worry about it so much. Just continue leveling and continue putting the stats into Physique. Another addition to this would be is that like if you're playing a caster, you might actually need to hold an offhand in your hands, and that offhand might require a lot more spirit than what you have at that point. Just feel free to put some spirit for that case. Definitely, if you have like an upgrade that you cannot use and that requires a like cunning, maybe rings, maybe like a dagger weapon, it's definitely possible, or maybe even like a rifle or pistol. In that case, definitely spend some cunning. Like it's always worth to give the points, and being able to like hold the upgrades in your hands down, that is definitely good. Now come the late game, um you can respec if you like to maximize the amounts. For instance, I have like 2 points spent into spirits. I probably don't need those 2 points anymore into the spirits. I could just respec with those 2 points if I want to like try hard into the physique and gain like 40 more HP, and that 40 more HP is going to get multiplied by some stuff from either my gear, my components, my augmentations maybe, or obviously devotions. But that said, if my character was tanky enough, then I can definitely put some stuff into Cunning in the late game, or to the Spirit. Probably Cunning more. In my opinion, Cunning is just a little bit more valuable than Spirit in almost all cases, even for like a caster that is using magic. Because like I would definitely like to take the energy generation or my magical damage from some other sources, to be honest with you, instead of just the stats. Um, Cunning is the offensive ability giver, and it's giving a little bit of HP as well. So when would you like to give Cunning over Physique, if that would be the question? That is basically if you think that you have like an overwhelming amount of HP and your character is complete in such fashion that like you're not necessarily taking damage consecutively that is capable of killing you. It is possible to get to a point like that with a really complete character in this game. Almost no matter what you're fighting, you're like either dodging, absorbing, or you're mitigating. And then in between, you're also obviously sustaining. What I mean by sustaining is not like just health regenerating back. It's either to regen, a healing effect, a healing proc from like devotions, or maybe an item proc, or like a health pot, or obviously lifesteal, and you are probably attacking fast as well. So because of these factors, you can actually come to a sweet spot at the very late game with a good character that is capable of, like, let's say, not reaching 0 health. Like in that case, you could definitely say that, okay, I want to just like min-max stuff to the core. Let me give some more offensive ability going for like Cunning. By all means, you could definitely do that. And on top of this, it's not only about the HP, but also about the defensive ability. I think the sweet spot about like defensive ability for the late game is about like 2.7k, I should say, so 2700. And once you're about that point, I don't necessarily think that you need more. But it is also good to have some like procs that are, you know, while fighting procking, because like there are debuffs that are coming your way, or there might be some buffs that are coming their way, so that like they have a lot more offensive ability. I think like, as I said, though, 2700 for the defensibility for the late game, right now at the very least, with the Forgotten Gods, is probably like reasonable, you know, a good spot to like sit on, I should say. Thank you very much for watching. I think this is actually going to be it. I hope it was useful. See you next time.